Hello everybody, welcome to Interesting Modelling Company. This is just a little short pop-up live from the We Have Ways Fest in Buckinghamshire, or Warfest as it's known. We're just at the stage now where we're just starting to wind down for the day. It has been a spectacularly busy weekend and it has been a tremendous amount of fun, and we are joined by the man who always offers us a job in the fire escape trade. It's Mr. Farmer, who is sat across the way from me, socially distanced across the way from me. AF, how would you describe the weekend?
Well, very, very interesting. Actually, quite rightly to say. I think it's been a new experience. The demographics of the consumer that's been here has been different from a traditional model show.
Yeah,
I think that's made for a better style of conversation. I think what's struck me more than anything else has been the people who have been motivated through COVID and lockdown to get engaged in modelling again, which has to be a good thing.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the things that we've had quite a few people talking about is that how they've come back to the hobby because of lockdown or whatever. Either they've come back to the hobby or they've never built anything before, and that has been a recurring story over the weekend, hasn't it?
It certainly has, and it bodes well for the future. I think if you look at the number of plastic kits that have been sold with our retail partner Fields of Glory, they've done exceptionally well. And like I say, we came into the event not knowing what to expect. First time we've done such a thing, and it's the first time event for them as well. So I think they should be very pleased, and I say we've got a lot to take forward to evaluating and thinking about coming again next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we both had the distinct pleasure of meeting the man himself yesterday, Mr. Al Murray, in case you're wondering. Some of you might have seen the short video that we put up yesterday with Al was talking about his models. How would you describe his enthusiasm for this mad hobby of ours?
The man has an extraordinary natural enthusiasm, and I think how it comes across can only be inspirational to others. And I think you can clearly see through the podcast that they do with the We Have Ways brand that their reach is quite good, quite something. And he, as a modeler, who, as he said in his own words, was cautious about showing his models some 2 years ago, now be rightly proud of what he has, and he thoroughly enjoys it, and he's a great ambassador for the whole industry.
I was just going to say he has been a great ambassador for the hobby because, as I say, he was kind of like, as he said himself, he was rather reticent to show his models because of his perceptions of how his models fit in with the models he was seeing from other people. But the moment he did it, it opened the floodgates. Suddenly people were just contributing, which is fabulous.
And I think there's been a tremendous desire for people to improve. It's been a stepping stone. People see something they have learnt from, whether it be an airbrush demonstration that you're giving, or we're here with all these wonderful dioramas that Spencer has built, which is, again, people have asked questions about and taken great heart from. And I think everybody is contributing towards motivating others to make better models, or certainly get more fulfillment and enjoyment. And as I say, I think we're sitting here with a very, very bright future, and that has to be good for all concerned.
I was going to say, one of the things that you touched on it just now, but one of the things I was going to say was that from my perspective, I actually find these kinds of shows, we haven't done one for a long time, but I actually find these shows to be more enjoyable than the model shows. Whisper it, more enjoyable than the model shows, because you're reaching out to a completely, as you said, completely different demographic of people, and it's not it's not the cognoscenti, it's not the enthusiasts who are modelers come rain or shine. These are people who are, they're on the peripheries. They're like, I've done something. What can I do next? And I think as ambassadors ourselves for the hobby, you just like, you want to give them, you want to keep them engaged because they're enjoying it. You want to keep them engaged, and you want to help them to progress and just enjoy the hobby more. And it's one of the things we've had, recurring thing we've been saying to people over the weekend, where they've been saying things like, I build models, but I don't want to show them because they're not very good. And we've just said the same thing time and time again. And it's one of the things we say on this show, people. It's your workbench, it's your rules. Nobody pops out of the womb a perfect modeler, except Martin Kovac. He's an exception. But nobody arrives and they're making instant models. And it was the thing that Spencer and I were talking about during the week, is that for all the great modelers, the Francois Verlindens, the Louis Prunos, the Bob Lettermans, etc., is what you don't get to see are the failures. So it is a learning curve, and we all start from somewhere and we go from somewhere. So wherever you are at this particular time in the hobby, doesn't matter where you are, you are at the right stage, because you can grow, and if you let the enthusiasm in, you will grow. And like I say, it's one of the things that we've been, again, trying to encourage people over the weekend is to say, persevere,
Patience and perseverance. And,
yeah.
I think with airbrushing, as you've demonstrated, it's not, you're not going to get it right first time, second time, third time. You have to keep practicing, get some spare plastic, and keep trying to find that mix of paint and thinner, and the finish that you wanted. It comes naturally. But I think because there is so much information out there now on social media, people like yourself and Spencer and Drew and others who are willing to partake that information, and people take inspiration from it.
Well, it's very kind. You'd hope so. Like I say, I think we've one of the things we've been trying to do is to demystify the hobby and try and make it more accessible and try and make it more approachable, and not something that you necessarily need to throw money at. But it's I think it's one of the things that we've been saying to people this weekend. There are certain things you can buy: glues, paints, airbrushes, kits, and whatever. The one thing you can't buy is the time you invest in your hobby to actually kind of improve and learn, essentially. But it's, as I say, it has been
every day you learn something.
Absolutely, every day's a school day. But it's. I came into the show with a great deal of trepidation, because it's the first model show. So it's the first show I've done since COVID, and I wasn't sure how secure and safe it was going to be. It's been fabulously safe. It's been brilliantly run. And yeah, it has just been an eye-opener to see so many people here who aren't necessarily modelers getting engaged in our hobby.
It is. It's been a very, very good show. I say predominantly an outdoor show, so there's no issues there really with the spacing where we are within. We have adequate space, good ventilation.
Yeah.
And we've never been exposed to any danger. But I think the critical thing is that the numbers that they've pitched the show out has worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Any more, you'd have perhaps questioned that, but the weather's been good, and as I say, it's been a very, very enjoyable weekend. And I think everybody's just keen to offload some pent-up frustration and get out and about and talk modelling.
I know, and also fabulous display of vehicles out there. As people have seen earlier on, I was fawning over the Kettenkrad, the Kudelwagen and the Schwimmwagen, but the White Scout cars here, Sherman T34. I've run the battery flat on my camera, but it's just been it's been, if you pardon the pun, it's been the right scale.
It has, yeah.
Been the right scale, and so by all accounts, they sold the tickets out beforehand, and the merch tent, the merch is all gone.
Got one of the day.
I wanted a mug.
Yeah.
So
we should have perhaps been forewarned, because all the people who are walking around yesterday morning in the We Have Waste t-shirts. Maybe we should have got in quick. There we go.
We were too slow. Anyway, look, it's only a short one.
Too busy talking modelling.
Too busy talking modelling, exactly. So this is like a little short one. Anyway, so like I say, there won't be a live one tonight because we'll still be travelling back from Buckinghamshire. However, we'll try and do an update during the week, upload the photographs and everything. But as I say, it's been a tremendously uplifting experience this weekend, especially meeting Captain Stan as well, who I put the link up there. He was mind blowing. Yeah, mind blowing. So on that note, I just got a text here. On that note, we're struggling with the tethering here. On that note, as always, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you with a proper live very, very soon. So